Hey, what's up, everybody? The Amazing here, bringing another review. This time is of the SH Figuarts Star Wars The Last Jedi First Order Officer Stormtrooper. So, let's get started. Uh, I don't know how much you guys know, but I absolutely love these guys. I call them the Ninja Troopers. They get the job done for me. They're probably one of my favorite kind of troopers. I've always loved the design, and now they have a new version, so I'm going to stupidly buy as many as I possibly can. So, yeah, let's get started. First and foremost, the design is almost the same, with the exception is that they added a few modifications, like the pauldron, the adding the weapon to the side, because this actually didn't come until other troopers later, like the heavy gunner and the riot trooper. So this is something that they added later in technology that they pretty much just kind of tacked onto this one. So while the body looks the same, it completely feels a little different, especially in the upper torso area, and I'll get into that right now. So let's go over articulation like we always do. The reason why I call them Ninja Troopers is the fact that their mobility was the first of their kind at the time. You know, they were able to do and move in certain ways that pretty much astounded me. That up until this point, well, up until that point, the Revo Troopers are the only ones that actually move that way. So you have a significant range of motion that SHF gives you that only Revo was offering before. Now it's a completely different story. So now it's actually being offered from SHF, and it's really nice. The only thing on this one is that I feel like the legs actually have a less bit of articulation now, but the torso is still the same. So as you can see, you can still move around, you can still run, you can still do all the cool ninja-like things that, at least in my opinion, I always thought that I was doing. Because I think I pretty much make Stormtroopers do everything but miss. So, yeah. So as you can see, in terms of range of motion, I can get them to do just about anything. I like that the flaps come up to not hinder anything. There's lower swivel, there's upper swivel. You can still rotate at the thigh as well as rotating it up. It's not double jointed, but it still gets pretty far. And the ankle pivots is really, really good. We already know I love toe pivot. It's always an extra added thing to it that just makes you go, ah, that's nice. So yeah. Oh, the forearms actually rotate as well. You have bicep swivel. So it gives you all the break points for articulation without really breaking the mold, and that really makes it worth it in my eyes. I love the last ones. I love these ones, and they actually start off at a really good price. The best part about it is now the added accessories, which is we're gonna get into with the pauldron. So really quickly, I'm just gonna take it off. I'm gonna pop his head back on, hopefully, yep. Because sometimes I mess up on the first try with that, and I look like a doofus. So we're gonna leave you here. We're gonna pose you up. Now the white pauldron you get, but what's really cool is that you also get a black, and I won't call it red, but I'm gonna say orange pauldron. Orange, red, maybe I'm a little colorblind. Maybe it's red. Let's go with that. But you get 3 pauldrons. You know how many people army build things just to get pauldrons? And now you can buy one little officer and get 3. This is something that I really enjoy. This is options. This goes, you know, people are paying attention, and it's just not one of those things they're going to blatantly ignore. You're finally getting something where a little bit goes a long way in my eyes, and I really like that. You get 3 pauldrons, you get a ninja trooper, you get the weapon blaster on the side, and just like with Phasma, you can remove it for obvious reasons, and there's another version. So you get the version that has the prongs in it, obviously, because you want it to be able to go back on the figure, and you get the one without. So with and without, without. Both blasters look really good. You get the holding hands for their larger blaster, and you get the hands for holding the blaster in it, obviously, which also can double as pointing fingers whenever you want to point, wave, navigate away, and you get their blasters, which the handle comes down with as well. I've always enjoyed these. I really like them, and the best part about the pauldron is when you use it with the previous officer, because the one thing different that really is going to differentiate these guys is going to be the simple fact that the helmets are different. So as you can see with the older design, the helmet is more wider, whereas with the new one, it's definitely more streamlined, and that's how you're going to be able to tell the difference. As far as other body-wise modifications, really can't tell, but on the legs, you can be able to feel the difference, especially in the torso and the lower torso and the legs, as well as this right here. You'll be able to see where the prongs are, whereas the first one didn't have it. So if you ever get mixed up with yours, now you know where you stand with that. Oh, also, I feel like, leg articulation, yeah. Leg articulation is actually a little different now on my older ones. So I got to keep that in mind as well. So just like this, voila, I can pop it off. I can add a pauldron to them. Pop his head right back on. And now I have a Stormtrooper with a black pauldron. Still can do that to my officer. And I also brought out the heavy gunner just to see if it can pop on and do the same thing for him. And he should be able to, and voila, he can. So now I can pretty much have guys from different classes and different type of stormtroopers stick around and do cool things. And this is one of those things, like I said, I really, really enjoy. This gives you variation. This gives you options. This lets you know that my thing is going to differentiate from someone else's. It never exactly the same thing. And to be different is really cool because you stand out on your own. I really, really like that. So, and just like that, 3 different stormtroopers, 3 different styles. It didn't really mess up mobility on either one of them. You know, this can just come down and move around. You know, the head articulation, none of it is hindered. These are the kind of things that really make me excited to just have figures and toys, is that we can all be different. One of the cool things is I'll pop off a head and, you know, I'll pop on a custom head and voila. You know, this is something you can use for a photo and it just looks really cool. You know, I really like stuff like this. Oh, and for those that are going to ask, pretty sure you're going to ask. This head was made by Kai Studio a while ago. It's a James Bond head. I got it just to fit, actually, sorry, it's not James Bond. Sorry, it's Old Boy. And I got it to fit SHF. This one is Old Boy. I got this a while ago. Made to fit SHF based off his appearance in the movie. So they decided to do one. Shout out to Old Boy. I love you guys. I can't wait for your next project. So yeah. I don't know if you guys know, but I'm really excited for this. And if you can't tell, you know now. If you like army building, if you like building different options, if you just like the SHF first order stuff, this is definitely for you. It's a must-have. Obviously, you may not want to pay the price point, but I think that they're a really good price. So real quick, I'm going to compare them to other lines so you can see them height-wise and compare them also to the new Phasma, because I messed up last time and I didn't compare Phasma to enough things. At least in my opinion, I did not. This is it next to AI. Obviously, it's a little smaller, but they still look really nice. Phasma is still taller than them, though. Here you are, next to Kamen Rider Kuga, the Shukek Seiho line. He's much smaller, and even with his head straight down, they still look really pretty well in scale with each other. Here they are next to a Marvel Legends Deadpool, would actually look tiny and insignificant compared to him. He looks gigantic and muscular. Here they are. Here they are next to a. I dropped him. Dropped him like a bad habit. Here they are next to a Mezco Punisher. Now, body proportion wise, they look tiny. Height wise, they don't look that bad. So, yeah. Here they are next to the Trader, which he's supposed to be around the same height as them. So this works out. He's not too big. He's not too small. You can still use him in photos. And then we have just next to a 1000 Toy Carbs for laughs and giggles. Get your yucks around the same height. One bonus thing I want to talk about is that when you buy the Phasma and the First Order Officer, you actually get the Droid Unit BB9. So this is really cool. It comes as a bonus part. And it comes with one rotating joint on the head that you can just rotate around. It actually comes with a stand to hold it as well. So you just pop them in the stand and replicate. It's really cool. It's a nice design. There's a nice clear pattern that you can semi-see through, which is really nice. You can kind of see inside them. And I like the way this looks. I think it's definitely replicated pretty well. The first appearance I actually saw of it was actually in the Phasma comic. I actually seen any shots of it in the movie or that it's referenced in the movie. I just think it's a nice little bonus item that they threw in. I'll actually throw in some shots with him as well. So in the meantime, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Hope you found it informative. I hope you got a few laughs here and there at me. It is what it is. In the meantime, guys, be good, do good, drink your water. Later.